Good morning, my dear students. Hope all are fine and safe too. We are starting the new chapter, chapter 3, coordinate geometry. Before introducing the chapter, I'll say you one example. Okay, you all are like to sleep, is it? Yes. So when you move to the bed, did you think about anything? No, I think no, is it? Yes. So one of our famous mathematician René Descartes. Did you heard about René Descartes? He's the father of analytical geometry. Okay, and the René Descartes once come to his bed and think about or see the roof of his house. Okay, while looking there, one insect is moving. So he wants to think about that. That is how that insect is moving. Okay, and at last he found that can I or can we locate the point of that insect? That is like this. Listen here, please. That is this is suppose this is a roof. Okay, the insect is somewhat here. So how will you locate the point here? So that is the introduction of the coordinate geometry. Okay, so can you say how will you locate this point? That is, this is consider this square as a roof. So how will you say? Yes, that is on the right top. Is it right top? The insects will be there. That is a right top. Right top corner. Is it? Yes. So, when we are explaining one point or when we are marking one point, we need two dimension. That is here. Yeah, when I say this right side or right side, where it may be, here these much spaces are there, so we can't specifically say that where that point lies or where that insect lies, is it? So we need two dimension. That is the first case. That is while explaining about the coordinate geometry or a point, we need two dimension. Okay, so for example, one more example, that is the origin of coordinate geometry. That's I only say one example. Okay, in our class itself, so many students are sitting, almost 4 benches are there. Okay, so I want to locate one girl or one boy from this class. So how will you say? Yes, he is sitting on the right side or the left side or the middle side. This one, that is second one, is it? So we need two things, is it? So that represents the two coordinates. Okay, that you already studied 8th standard coordinate geometry, that chapter, that is 3, yes, introduction to geometry. That chapter you already studied about the axis, coordinates and all this. Just revising them, and one small portion is there to this chapter. After this period or this section, that chapter will be over. I will take it as two parts. First part is based on the introduction and the second one is additional questions only. There is one more questions only from this chapter, and some one or two different varieties of that is plotting the points like this we have to discuss. Okay, so today itself with the chapter will be finished. Okay, yes, so we need two things to express one point. Clear? Hope you clear this concept, then we'll move to our concept. Okay, so please listen here, don't write anything now, and after the class I will give you the notes. Okay, so please listen here. So we need two dimensions. That thing you have to kept in your mind. Okay, then listen here, I am writing you, that is you already studied in the first chapter. Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3. This is one number line, is it? -1, -2, -3, okay, etc. This represents that is continuing. This is the number line. Okay, I will name this number line as this as x and this side as x dash. Okay, I am taking a photocopy of this and twisting. That means like this. This is 0, this is 1, sorry, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and this is extending, and this will be -1, -2, -3, and this side also extending. And I will name this as y and y dash. Y dash means Y bar. Okay. Anything you can say Y dash. Okay. Then what I am doing is we got two number lines. Is it? I am placing this number line here. Okay. So while placing this, one common is there. What is that? 0 is common. Is it? So I am placing there. Where I want to place here? Like this way. Is it? Yes. I am placing like this here. So that will not be changed. That means this is Y and this is Y dash. And this will be 1, 2, 3, and this will be -1, -2, -3 and so on, and the meeting point this is 0. Hope you clear this mess. And so what we can say that here it is x dash o, x is the horizontal line, and y o or 0 you can say, but when we are denoting by the letter, it represents O. Okay, while in the terms of coordinate, it represents, or in case of numbers, we can represent it as 0. Okay, so x dash O x, x dash O x, one line you got. Another line is what? Y O y dash. Two lines we got, is it? One is x dash O x and the other is y o y dash, and the horizontal line or the horizontal x dash o x is called the x axis. X dash o x, that is horizontal, that is like this, is it? So that represents what? X axis. Okay, and the vertical line, that is y o y dash, that represents the y axis. Clear? That is x dash o x. The horizontal line is called the x axis and the vertical line is called the y axis. Clear? Yes. Then next, the meeting point of these two axes. What is that? Yes, O. Is it? The meeting point of x axis and the y axis is what? O. That is termed as origin. That is termed as origin. Clear? That is the meeting point of x-axis and the y-axis is termed as origin. Okay. Then can you say what will be the Cartesian plane or the coordinate plane? This plane, that is the plane containing x and y-axis is termed as what? Coordinate plane or the Cartesian plane. So hope you clear these three concepts. First one is what? X-axis. X-axis is what? The horizontal axis is x-axis. So what is the y-axis? Y-axis means the vertical axis is y-axis, and the meeting point of or the joining of x-axis and y-axis is termed as what? Origin. Okay. So we already know when to represent a point on the plane, we need what? Two things, is it? So if I want to locate a point here, I need how many concepts? How many numbers? Two numbers, is it? That means if I want to represent, just I am taking one number here. This one I want to mention. What is this? So how can we mention this? Okay. So what we have to do is, this is the x line, is it? So from this point is between how much? 2 distance, is it? This much distance, that is 2. Okay. And here the length is what? Or the height is what? Here 1. That 2, 1. Okay. 2, 1. That is the point. Here I marked as A. So how will you locate the point A here? That is from 2 units from the x-axis and 1 unit from the y-axis. That is a way of representing a number. That is, first to represent the distance here. This much distance. Distance from the which axis is this? Y-axis. Distance from the y-axis is 2, and 1 represents what? This is the y-axis, is it? The distance from the x-axis, that is 1. So how will you locate a number on the number line? The first one represents what? The distance. This much distance, is it? This is our y-axis. So you want to shift here. That is a 2, is it? So this much distance, that is the distance from the which axis? Y-axis. The distance from the y-axis is represented as the x coordinate. That is, this represents, you already know, is it? While we are writing 2, 1 means this one is x coordinate and 1 represents what? Do you remember? Yes, y coordinate. Y coordinate. That is 2 represents x coordinate and 1 represents y coordinate. And 2 means what? The distance from the y axis is x coordinate. And 1 is what? The distance from the x axis. Okay, hope you clear this. How to locate a point on the Cartesian plane. Clear? And origin you already know. Origin also 2 coordinates will be there, is it? So the origin is termed as, the coordinate of the origin is represented as 0, 0. The coordinate of the origin is represented as 0, 0. Okay, so one more time I will explain. Listen here please. The horizontal axis x dash o x is called the what? X axis, and the vertical axis y o y dash is called the vertical axis y o y dash is called the y axis, and the plane containing x and y axis is called the Cartesian plane. And when we denoting a point, x coordinate represents what? X coordinate represents the distance from the y axis, and the y coordinate represents the distance from the x axis. Okay, hope you clear up to this. Okay, then what else we are moving is that we already divide this section. You already, when you go through this, you divide into 4 equal parts. Is it? Yes. What is the first part? I will rub this and I will explain. Okay, I think that is better. So listen here please. While we are going through this part is, or this plane is divided into 4 sectors. So this one is the first part. Okay, and this one is the second part. This one will be the third part, and this one will be the fourth part. Hope you clear. This will be the first part, this will be the second part, this will be the third part, and this will be the fourth part. Okay, while we are considering this line is positive, is it? That is 1, 2, 3, etc. moving. So that is which line? Axis? X axis. So this line we can say that positive x axis. Why we are saying it as positive x axis? Because all the lines here are positive. And this we can say that word positive y axis. So this will be the positive x axis, and this will be the positive y axis. Okay, that is OX. OX is the positive x axis. OY is the positive y axis, because the numbers are positive. That's only reason. Okay, then can you say what will be OX dash? Yes, OX dash will be the negative which axis? X axis. And OY dash is the negative y axis. So OX is the positive x axis, OY is the positive y axis, OX dash is the negative x axis, OY dash is the negative y axis. Okay, and can you say what will be the first? I already divided this into 4 parts, is it? And each part is called what? Quadrant. What is that? Quadrant. Quadrant means this part is called the quadrant. Quadrant means 1/4 of the plane. That's all. 1/4. So that is we divide into 4 equal parts, is it? So first quadrant, we say that this is the second quadrant, this is the third quadrant, and this is the fourth quadrant. Okay, so hope you clear up to this. That is, we divide the plane into 4 equal parts. That each part is termed as what? Quadrants. Okay, and can you say what is the point? That is, already we know by locating a point 2 coordinates are there, is it? So 2 coordinates are there. So when it is a point on the first quadrant, what is the speciality? First quadrant means like this here. If we are considering this point will be what? Here from 1, here from, that is 1, 1. Okay, and already we consider 1 point here, is it? That is 2, 1 we already mentioned. So what is the speciality? Here it is positive x axis, here also positive x axis. So all the points on the first quadrant is positive. That is, X coordinate is positive, Y coordinate will be positive. Is it? Here it is positive. Here also positive. So all the points in the first quadrant is positive only. Clear? Then what about the second quadrant? Yes, this is a X coordinate. Is it? This is a Y coordinate. X coordinate is which type? Negative. Y coordinate is what? Positive. That is a second quadrant. Once again, first quadrant, X coordinate and Y coordinate both are positive. Second quadrant, what is the specialty? This is X1, is it? This is a Y coordinate. Here while rotating a point here or here, this point. So wherever the points are taking, what we can say? The X coordinate is always negative, but the Y coordinate is positive. That is what? Second quadrant. Second quadrant consists of X coordinate negative, Y coordinate is positive. Okay, then can you say what will be the third quadrant? Third quadrant, yes, both X and Y are negative. Is it? Both X coordinate and Y coordinate are negative because this is the negative values, here also negative values. By locating any point on this side, both will be negative. Okay, then what about the fourth quadrant? Fourth quadrant is X coordinate is positive and Y coordinate is negative. Opposite of this, is it? Here both are positive and the third both are negative. And the second one, X negative, Y positive. Here it is. Fourth quadrant is X positive, Y negative. That's all. That is, here the sign are plus plus. Is it? Here the sign are minus plus. Here the sign are both minus, minus, minus. Here the sign are minus positive. This will be the idea of quadrants. Okay, and one more thing you have to remember, I already explained, that is the another name of the X coordinate and Y coordinate. Okay, hope you clear up this. Once again I will revise what all things are discussed, then I will be clear to you. Okay, so the another name of all the X coordinate can be termed as abscissa. Yes, listen here. The X coordinate, then the name of X coordinate is abscissa. Okay, and Y coordinate is ordinate. Ordinate. That is another name of X coordinate is what? Abscissa. And another name of Y coordinate is what? Ordinate. Just not by ordinate only. Okay, this also you have to be remember. These much things we have to, this is the introduction part. So these much things we have to keep in your mind. Here in this section, next part is while locating, how will you locate a point on the plane. Here you want to locate a point and you have to name that point. And while joining that, some points I will give you what shape you obtain. These much things we are discussing only in this chapter, simple chapter. Okay, and next video, that is based on the problems only, that I will give you additional questions based on that. And you have to discuss, go through each and every question. Okay, and also homework questions also I will give. You have to work out that question. It's only one word questions only from this chapter. One word or then graph plotting. That's all. Okay, so I will explain once again all the things. So please be listen carefully. Okay, listen here. So first concept is X dash O. X is what? Horizontal line and it is served as X axis. And Y O Y dash, that is a vertical line, that is called as Y axis. Two things. Okay, then about origin. Origin is what? The meeting point of both the X and Y axis is the origin. And the coordinates of origin is what? 0, 0. Okay, coordinate means like you have to write this 0, 0. 0, 0 means you have to put in a single bracket and write on 0, 0. Okay, that is the point of the origin. Clear? Then, three concepts we already discussed. Then what we have to do is, the another name of X and X coordinate. X coordinate is what? Abscissa. The another name of Y coordinate, ordinate. Okay, 5 things we have discussed. Then, about the Cartesian plane. That is the plane containing X axis and Y axis is termed as Cartesian plane, coordinate plane, XY plane. So many names are there. Okay. Then, after that we will move to the plotting the points. Okay, You want to locate a point, this. So that represents what? 2, 1. How will you got 2, 1? That is 2 is the x coordinate. This is the x coordinate and this is the y coordinate. And the x coordinate represents what? It is a perpendicular distance or the distance. You can say most correct is perpendicular. That's why I am saying that perpendicular distance from the y axis is x coordinate. And one represents, one is here, is it? That is from this much distance are there. From this point, this much are there. That means it is one represents the perpendicular distance from the x axis. Okay, that we are representing the point 2, 1. Then what else we discuss? Then we discuss about the division of the plane. We divide the plane into 4 equal parts and each part is called as what? Quadrant. And this will be the first quadrant, this will be the second quadrant, this will be the third quadrant and this will be the fourth quadrant. Okay, then OX is called what? Positive x-axis. OY is called positive y-axis. OX dash is called negative x-axis. OY dash is called negative y dash. And in the first quadrant, both x coordinate and y coordinate are positive. Okay. In the second quadrant, what is the specialty? X coordinate is negative, but y coordinate is positive. Okay. In the third quadrant, what is the specialty? X is negative, y also negative. And in the fourth quadrant, what is the specialty? X is positive and y is negative. These much things we discussed. So next one is, I will give you the notes based on that. So please write down the notes correctly. Okay, so take your notebook now and draw a number line like this. That is, draw the Cartesian plane. This one. Okay, in your notebook. Clear? And mark it as x dash O x. Y dash O Y. This message you have to mention in your notebook. There is first quadrant, second one, third one, fourth one. Okay. And also one point also you want to mark. This point you can mark, that is 2, 1 because I will explain with this example. Okay. So mark this point P. That is, this point is considered as P. P. Coordinates also you want to write 2, 1. And quadrant names also you want to mention. Okay, these much things you have to draw in your notebook. Hope you clear this. Then I will give you the notes. Okay, so please write down the notes. Yes, listen here. To locate the position of an object or a point in a plane, we require 2 perpendicular lines. One of them is horizontal and the other is vertical. I think that's clear to you. To want to locate a point, we need 2 quantities. One is a horizontal line and the other is vertical line. Okay. And the plane is called, that plane is called what? Cartesian. So many names are there. One is Cartesian. Then another one is coordinate plane. Okay. And the lines, and those lines are called as coordinate axis. Here's a spelling you want to remember. AX. Yes, that is axis means plural form. Okay. If it is x-axis, you have to write AXIX. X-axis means AXIX. Okay. Here what is a both horizontal and vertical line are there. That is a plural form. That is AXES you want to write. Okay. That is the difference between axis and axis. Okay. So 2 points you have to write here. Then next point is, please write down. Yes, next point is the horizontal line is called the x-axis. That is in the figure or in the plane. What is the, we write the name as OX dash OX. IE means that is X dash OX. Okay. And the vertical line is called YX. That is YO Y dash. Then, since the positive numbers lie on the directions OX and Y, you already mentioned, please go through your notebook. That is OX, is it? That is all numbers are positive. And OY, that is also all the numbers are positive. So, OX is called the positive direction of x-axis. Positive direction of x-axis. And OY is called the positive direction of which axis? Y-axis. Okay. Similarly, you can write in the terms of negative. How can you write? Since negative numbers lie on the directions of which direction? OX dash and OY dash. And OX dash is called the negative direction of x-axis. and our y dash is called what? The negative direction of y-axis. That is the next point. Okay, so please write down up to this. Then we will go to the next point. Okay, next point is similarly already explained. Our x dash is called the negative direction of x-axis and our y dash is called the negative direction of y-axis. Okay, then next point is the point of intersection of the axis is called the origin axis. Here, yes, because the point of intersection of the x-axis and y-axis that represents axis. Okay, is called the origin. And the next point is the coordinate axis divide the plane into how many equal parts? 4 equal parts. What is each part called? Quadrants, and is called as quadrants. Okay, so we will move to the next point. Yes, next point is the distance of a point from the y-axis is called its x-coordinate, or another name is what? Axis. That is a new name, so please underline that. Okay, and the distance of a point from the x-axis is called its y-coordinate or y-coordinate or ordinate. Y-coordinate or ordinate. Okay, and if the axis of a point is x, that is first point we represent as x and the ordinate is represented as y, then xy are called the coordinates of the point xy. We read it as xy, coordinate xy. Okay, is called the coordinate of the point. One example we wrote in the above part, that is 2, 1 already represent is it, and 2 is called the abscissa. So that is the distance from the what? Y-axis is 2. Okay, and 1 represents what? Ordinate, that is the distance from the x-axis. Okay, so please write down this. Next point is, yes, next one is the coordinate of the origin are already said, and is represented by the O and its coordinate is 0, 0. Okay, and the coordinates of the point on the x-axis are the form x0. How we can write it x0? Because x-axis, this is the x-axis. Okay, when we are taking any point, this will be our y-axis, is it? And the distance from the 0 means what? Distance from the x-axis is always 0. Why? Because already it lies on the x-axis. So whenever we just say like this, listen here please. This is our x-axis, is it? Yes. So x coordinate represents this number itself. That is distance from the y-axis. That is here it is 1. So x coordinate becomes what? 1, 0. And this point we represent as 2, 0. And this point is 3, 0 likewise. Why we are putting 0 there? Because when if you moving just like this or just lift the line, this point will come. Is it? That represents distance from the x-axis. Some distance are there. But in x-axis itself there will the y coordinate will always become 0. That you have to keep in your mind. When the point is on the x-axis, its y coordinate is 0. Y is not there. X is on the x-axis means y 0. Okay, and that on the point on the y-axis, this line, what 0? X will be equal to 0. That you have to capture. I think you already studied in 8th standard, is it? But general form also I explained. Yes, so listen here please. So, the coordinate of the x-axis, the general form of the x-axis is what? x0. That is y not there, x0. And the coordinate of the point on the y-axis is what? X not there, that is 0, y. Clear? These two things you have to keep in mind, very, very important, because problems are based on that will be asked. Okay. Then, the coordinate of the point of the form, yes, I already said, both positive means first quadrant. First one positive, that is x negative, y positive is second quadrant. And both are negative means third quadrant. And the x is positive and y is negative means the fourth quadrant. Where if you don't know, please write it. Positive represents the positive real number and the negative represents the negative real number. Okay. So these much things you have to write. One more point is there. So please write down that also. The last point is, if x not equal to y, then xy not equal to yx. And xy is equal to yx if x is equal to y. Confusing, is it? So just as an example, let x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 2. Just I take. Okay. If both are different, is it? That is x is 1, y is 2. Is 1 is equal to 2? No. That is x not equal to y. Okay. Then what is the condition? xy. xy means what? 1, 2. X represents 1 and y represents 2. Not equal to y represents 2 and x represents 1. Is it correct or wrong? Yes. What we can say that is the point 1, 2 and 2, 1 are same? No. That is if x and y are both different. that is not the same, what we can say that its coordinate also different, that is xy not equal to yx. If x and y are not equal, then what we can say that xy not equal to yx. Okay, then another case, I will write x is equal to 1 and y is also 1. So that means x and y are equal, is it? X and y are equal. Then what is the point coordinate? 1, 1. And well, interchanging also y is 1 and x is also 1. That is both are same. So that we can write as equal to. That is, if x and y are, that is we are taking 1, 1 or any 2, 2 or any number, we can say both are equal. That is the last point. If you don't know, you can write this example. Okay. So that is the last point. That is, if x not equal to y, then what we can say that xy not equal to yx. And if x is equal to y, what we can write xy is equal to yx. Then we are moving to our problems based on this, that we will be discussing on the next video. Okay, hope you clear this. These much things you have to keep in your mind. Then only you have to move to the next video. And while you are going or doing with the or watching the next video, you have to go through your textbook, graph book, pencil, scale, and all the things you have to keep in your side. Okay, so see you in the next video. Bye.